I'm Lebanese, born and raised in New York, and my whole life has kind of been between the US, Europe, and the Middle East. I came up with the idea for NaTakallam when I was actually looking for Arabic classes myself. I had graduated from my master's, and this was after spending several years working in the Middle East and in Beirut as a journalist. So NaTakallam is a social enterprise that is, its first goal is to provide an income to people who have fled conflict zones and are in a country where they're usually not given a work permit or struggle to get a job because they don't speak the local language.
I went to Lebanon from about 1.5 years because the situation in Syria is very hard.
So we are really now focusing on partnering with both schools and universities. And so at places like NYU and Tufts, professors are bringing in NaTakallam sessions to the classroom. Duke University, the professor has a class on refugees, and so she has integrated to her classroom conversational sessions. So we have students who are actually hearing from the source what it is like to be a refugee.
It's amazing job because I can go through my motherhood, and I can have a job inside my home, and it's very good, and it's amazing to have students from the most important universities in Europe and in America.
And so we're also seeing this trickle down now in the K through 12 space. So with younger users, so we had our first trial with much younger students in Hong Kong, where the professor, well, the teacher, because it's not at the university level, but his class was studying migration, and so he had lived in Syria and heard about NaTakallam. So within the 3 months that they studied this, we had NaTakallam's conversation partners Skype in and talk about what they missed most at home, where they live today, what it was like leaving and fleeing a conflict zone. And they also are learning very basic conversational Arabic and things about, what they cook, what are traditional meals for Syrians. We have a team that's kind of all over the world, so we have no limits in work hours, and because a lot of what we do is digital, we don't have any physical barriers either. And the work is really exciting, and I have an amazing team of passionate coworkers and lots of volunteers.
We can hear you, yeah. Okay, Lydia, you want to talk? This is day-to-day challenges of NaTakallam. Oh, you can't hear me. That's weird. Gharib. Okay, I'm gonna refresh.
Wait, now I can.
Okay.
Just, little postcards that represent our Wednesday word of the day. So we just create these kind of fun visuals to help people learn and remember important words.
I'm very proud because I'm a mother and a refugee, and I have already a job that is a serious job and very important job, and I know people from all around the world, and I have a big hope to this project NaTakallam to become bigger.
One of the areas we really want to revolutionize, quote unquote, is the academic space and language learning and the language industry in general. With the digital economy today, language and language skills can be utilized from anywhere. We are living in an era where the term refugee has been hijacked, and people think refugee, and unfortunately influenced by many of our political leaders, think something very negative and wrong. And beyond the income component for displaced people, beyond the language component, we really see this as changing the narrative, as bridging cultures, creating intimate settings for understanding, but that are, even though people are in different parts of the world, and that's something we really strongly feel is part of our mission and our goal. And it's really timely.